I'm going to close my eyes. You don't have to, but it might be easier for many of you if you do. Who knows? You're welcome to do it any way you want. But we want to slow down. Slowing down is what just doesn't happen in our lives usually. We just don't slow down. It's run, 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 do, do, do. And it is run, 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 but the doing just feels like that. It just feels like we're doing and doing and doing. There's really no doer. But what I want you to notice right now, because this is really paramount to all of the teachings that you will hear here. Right now, how do you know that you are here? Whatever here is, how do you know that you're present? How do you know that you're here? It would have to be a feeling, wouldn't it? What would we know if we didn't have that sense of being here? What could we possibly know if we didn't first have this raw sense of being? I don't think we could know anything because the raw sense of being is the canvas upon which everything else is painted, all the world. Now, you feel like you're here, but do you know if you have a body without going to the mind, without inventing stuff, without making up stories? Let me tell you what I find, and maybe it will help you to discover the same thing. First, I say let me show you what I find, but it's just languaging so that we don't get so tripped up that we can't talk. But I can't find the I behind that word. I can't find what the word I actually relates to. It relates to a feeling. But right now, eyes closed, experiencing mostly a void. How do I know that I have a body? That because I think, like this philosopher used to say, Descartes, I think, therefore I am. Or is it more like I am, therefore I think? Or is it neither one? I can't tell you that I am. I can't tell you that I'm not. I can't tell you what I am because it's prior to language. You can say the same. There's just supposedly one thing going on. But even the feelings that there's a body here, is that true? Or is it just you just noticing sensation? It feels like I have a right leg thrown over a left leg. That's what it feels like. But other than that feeling, I can't know or prove that I have a body. So what we could say is there's a sense of body. We actually don't have the hard evidence. And when we think we do have hard evidence, let's look at what any physics teacher pressed against the wall would have to tell his students, which is that there's more space here than there is matter. There's almost, if there's any matter at all, it's very, very tiny. There is sensation as if there's a body here, but that's a story. There's pressure. And in my story, that's my butt against my chair. But I don't actually know I have a chair. I feel pressure against the skin in different places, so it feels. Is there any objective measurement there? Without going to my head to make up a story, there's a sense of being here. There's a sense of being, but is that the same thing as being here? I don't think so. The sense of something is not the same thing as the truth of something. This morning, I had the sense that it was going to rain here this afternoon. Thus far, it's dry as a bone. So that's a sense of incoming weather. Shot to hell. It was never anything but a sense. I have nothing to back it up. So we're not going to sit here and wait for days to see if it does rain, because my sense was that it was going to rain today, here, this afternoon. What is this here? Isn't really a sense of here. There's a sense, or senses. There are aromas, almost like flavors. But they're not distinct. They don't prove anything to me. I can tell a story about it, but that's a story I've already agreed on. And it's a story that probably all of us have agreed on. But it doesn't make it true. There's a sense that all of us live in relativity. And that couldn't be further from the truth. There's a sense of relativity. All of us have that sense of relativity. But there actually isn't any relativity. When people are looking to make the non-dual shift, what they miss is that it's already happened. This is the non-dual shift. Because what's talking is the same thing as what's hearing. Seen through these eyes is exactly the same thing that is, or what's the eyes that see this, the consciousness behind them is exactly the same in your unit, my unit, and all units, whether they're animal units, human units. I'm not sure how plants and trees and stuff work. I don't understand that consciousness very well at all, but I know it's there. But it's not intelligible for me. But if I go into a room of 100 seekers and I ask them, what do you know if you don't know anything else? And all the bright hands will go up and they will say, I know that I am if I don't know anything else. And I'll have to excuse myself because I'm in the wrong room. They know much more than I do. There's a sense of happening, but there's no sense of doer. There's no sense of doing. I can make one up. But aren't I making up all of time? In the absence of time, can there be a Fred? No. What can be here in the absence of time? Nothing. Everything lives by extension through space and time. But am I finding space right this minute? Are you finding space? Or are you space noticing that you are unfindable? You're not over there. You're not down here. You're not east or west, north or south, up or down. There's a sense of many things. But what's really true? Isn't it true that there are sensations? And that along with those sensations, there comes a little package with each sensation. And that package is the story, that sensation. I can tell you for an absolute fact that there is no Fred Davis. There's still some little sense that there is one. Within the experience of relativity, there's a body that people, including me, call Fred Davis. But where within relativity would we look to find infinity? Obviously can't. Relativity means restriction. We cannot possibly find, discover, understand infinity. Time is a Fred mechanism. We weren't born with clocks in the room. Somewhere along the line, we invented time and we wanted to control the time better, so we invented clocks, but they came after time. So the clocks don't actually tell time, they just tell a story of time. I can disprove time and space pretty quickly, but I cannot prove either one. But in the absence of time and space, there cannot be a Fred, and there cannot be an individual you. In the absence of space, what is there? Nothing. Absolutely nothing at all. So there's no experience, no memory, no recall. All of these things are related to the egoic manufactured being. So if I can't find time and space, can I be found? No. Time and space are the two elements that are required for there to be a story. So I can't prove my body right now. But what I can know is there is no my body. Even within relativity, there's no my body. I don't find any body at all, anywhere. But even within relativity, giving up all that you have to, all the truth that you have to give up in order to invent relativity. There's no my body because there's no my. So there seems to be this amming. I am. But is there really? Have we said a word too many if we say I am? Isn't I by itself more accurate? And even on the flip side of that, isn't amming? There's amming. In other words, amming is the sense of life. It's the sense of lifing, the sense of time, the sense of space, the sense of orientation, of this and that, of high and low, of hot and cold. You don't have a genuine experience of relativity. That's the reason we miss the shift, because the shift has already been taken. This is already non-duality. We start out in non-duality, and then we go looking for non-duality. So we wake up as the unlimited, and we go looking for the unlimited, which means that I'm placing limitation on both myself and that, because there's someone that is limited and someone to find that which is limitless, and that's just not true. So let's just notice that there's this. There's this sort of feeling, this aliveness here. But I can't prove that it belongs to anyone. I can't always talk in these radical terms. We can do it from time to time. We can tell ourselves the truth about manifestation which is that there isn't one. No manifester, no manifestation. Emptiness. Okay, let's slowly move out of this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Eyes open. Here we go. Here we are.